Hey everyone, welcome to the Knit and Crochet Spot. My name's Melissa and I'm coming to you from the suburbs of Atlanta, Georgia. Today is Thursday, January 6th, and I'd like to say I'm back, and I do apologize for my long absence. It's been about 2 months since my last podcast. I have had a series of unfortunate events, nothing, major, but mixed in with the holidays and a bit of just feeling too tired to podcast. I have not podcasted in quite a while. So I'd like to wish everyone a Happy New Year, and I hope everyone had a wonderful holiday season. And to those of you this is the first time you're checking out my channel, this is a channel about my knitting and my crochet and yarn and anything related to those three things. So the reason for my absence, and I'd like to thank all those that have reached out to me to wonder how I'm doing and where I've been. I'm sorry that I haven't responded. I have seen the emails and the comments. You get behind, and well, I get behind, and then I have a hard time catching up. But I really appreciated it, and it did make me. I have been wanting to do a podcast. I've all along, really, but especially lately, the last few days, I said I have to push myself to do it, and so here I am. So I want to thank you again. So the reason for my absence, so let's see, the first thing that happened right after I podcasted last, I had a accident and I dropped a TV on my toe, and I will spare you the details. It was horrific. I don't know, I'm lucky I didn't break the toe, but I managed to mess it up in every other way. Oh, it was bad, so I was in a lot of pain. My husband had to drive me around, and I'm not a good patient, so I was super cranky because it was on my right foot, so I couldn't drive. And then the holidays got mixed in, and then I got COVID. Yay! I am vaccinated, but I got it at any rate. My oldest daughter has it as well. So I am recovering. I feel much better, but it's just like a cold that won't go away is really what it is. So if I cough a lot, I have my tea here, but if I cough a lot or if I have to pause to sneeze, I apologize, but such is life as we know it now. But I feel lucky. A lot of people have had it a lot worse. I still have my taste and my smell. I haven't had any high fevers. I've just really had a cough and a stuffy nose, and it just won't go away. And tired, feeling tired and stuff, but I'll get better. Yes, so I have a lot to show you. This may be a lengthy episode. I have a bunch of finished objects. Let's see. I think I have I have 6 finished objects, which I feel like I should have a bit more since it's 2 months, but that's what I have. And then I have excuse me, I have 8 works in progress. Yes, there are 8. I haven't worked on all 8 of them in the past, in the past week or so, but excuse me, since I podcasted last, these are the things I've been working on, and I've started some stuff. I'm sorry. Oh, I always have a bit of a cough anyway because I have allergies, but this is terrible. I'm gonna have to pause. Okay, sorry about that. So like I was saying, I have some works in progress and finished objects to share with you. So we'll start with the finished objects, and the first things I want to show you are 2 pairs of socks. So the first pair of socks I did show on a previous podcast as a works in progress, and now they are a finished object. And these are knitted socks, and they are done. These are the socks that I had wanted to, finish for the fall and by Thanksgiving. And I can't remember if I got them done by Thanksgiving or not, but they're done now. I don't think they were done by Thanksgiving because I'm pretty sure I haven't worn these yet. So if they were, I think I would have worn them. So they do not match. I am typically a matchy person, but I knew with these I wasn't going to bother matching them. But the only thing that is a little bit irritating to me are the stripes. If the stripes just went in the same sequence on both socks, okay, that'd be fine, but they actually go opposite. I know you'd have to look really hard to notice that, but I noticed it. I was like knitting along and I'm like, wait a minute. There's not supposed to be a white stripe that comes next. So I had a good look and, you know. So these, the socks, the main body of the sock and the toe and heel are all done in Patons Croy. I do magic loop for my socks. I knit them on a 2.25 millimeter knitting needle, and I do 15 rows of 2x2 rib, and this is like 25 rows, I don't know, 65, and I do afterthought heel and just a regular Kitchener. And yeah, so these are the socks. I love the colors of these. I love how they turned out. So the yarn, now the main body, I have the label for that. This is called Mid-Century Stripes. And like I said, it's Patons Croy socks. I got this at Hobby Lobby. That's it. And this is the name. And let's see, it's 50 grams, 166 yards, 75% wool, 25% nylon. It is made in Turkey, and it's fingering weight. It's a thick fingering weight. Patons Croy is a thick, it's almost like a sport weight. And then the toe and the heel are also done in Patons Croy, but I don't know what I did with the ball band, but I will try to remember to list it down below. I'll look it up on the website and try to find the name if I can, and I will list it below. So is that everything? Yep, that is my first pair of socks. Excuse me. All right, let's see. My second pair of socks I did not show on a podcast. I did show these last year, but I didn't like the needles I was using. These are another pair of knit socks. And last year I tried to knit these socks, but I didn't like, I was using the, I don't even know what they're called. I was using the, oh, here we go, the Addy Flexi Flips that I got last year. And I didn't like these needles at all. And so I ripped the sock out and I said it was too close to do Christmas socks. So I said, I'll do them next year. So I did. And so here they are. They are both, I have two socks. And this yarn is, and I don't have the label for the main part of the sock, but it is West Yorkshire Spinners Signature 4-ply. And this is in candy cane colorway. I got this quite a few years ago and I finally knit them up. And then the toe and heel is done in this same West Yorkshire Spinners. And the name of this one, I'm not entirely sure. Let's see if they, I don't know if they, yeah, I don't think they put the name on the ball band, but it is on the website. So yeah, anyway, so it's a 437 yards, 75% wool, 25% nylon. Excuse me. And I have quite a bit left, especially of this. And I do not know what I will do with this. That's a lot of that color yarn. So I think that's everything. And this, where is this made? Made in Yorkshire. Yeah, it's made in Yorkshire. So there we go. So I did all the same. I don't know, I may have done more. I may have done more in the ankle area, the leg area, because I wanted to get the stripe. You know, I wanted to line this stripe up with the heel. So there may be more than 25 rows on this. I'm not sure. So I had this sock. Oh, so I do like to match my sock. I really wanted these to match. So I don't know if you can tell how the problem with this sock. I don't know if you can see it. So I'm knitting along. I'm knitting along and knitting along. And all of a sudden, I get to about here, and I'm like, well, this is supposed to be a green stripe. This should not be a red stripe. So I'm looking back, and I'm like, these are off. I'm like, how are they off? See, they're off. So I look back up, and there are 2 green stripes. It threw it off, and there was not a knot in it or anything visible that, like, it was not, if they did a knot in this, they did a really good one, because I couldn't tell. So I was really disappointed in that, because I really wanted these to match, but nobody can tell. I cannot not see it though. And then look, see, I wanted the red stripe before the toe. They're done. My Christmas socks for 2021. They are done. Okay, and then I have some hats to show. Just basic hats. This was just kind of like, you know, just easy knitting where you don't have to think or anything like that. They're all just basic, like a vanilla hat. So let's see, and yeah, they're both crocheted. So the first one is, that I will show you, is this hat. And this is for my granddaughter. I made it a 3-year-old's head. It's too small for my head. So this is it. It's just a vanilla knit hat. Just, I don't know what I cast on for this for a child. I don't remember. Well, I suppose I could. I don't remember. But it's just, I think there's like 1.5 inches of ribbing, and then I just knit and closed the hat. Yeah. So there's that hat. And I did this on, I'm not really sure, either a 4.5 millimeter or 5 millimeter knitting needle. See, the yarn that I use is Ice Yarns. I'm sorry. I used Ice Yarns. Let's see, they don't really give colorways in this, but it says Wool Fun Colors. I think that's probably just the type of yarn it is, but there's no colorway. But it is 30% wool, 70% acrylic. It says it's an, I think it says it's a 5 bulky, but it's, yeah, it's, I don't know. I think I just did it as a worsted weight hat. There's 100 grams. Yep, so that's all of that. And this ice yarn is made in Turkey. And it's pretty soft, even though it's got the wool in it. I think it's pretty soft, and I love it. Of course, it's been, well, let's see. It's been set, well, it's cold now, but it's been like 70 degrees on New Year's Day, and the day after it was like 78 degrees. So nobody's been wearing any hats. And then, oh, but this week it's been cold, because then on the Monday after that, so it literally was like 78 degrees on Saturday and Sunday. And then on Monday, we woke up to snow, and it wasn't even 40 degrees outside. And I'm originally from Connecticut, so I'm used to, well, I'm not used to it now, because I've lived here for over 25 years. So, but I know that it gets a lot colder, but I don't know, that's quite a shock to the system. You go from 78 degrees, and it's the next morning, it's 40 degrees colder out. It was, and snow on the ground. So nobody's really been wearing hats. So there we go. So there is that one. And then the next hat I knit is this one, just another vanilla hat. Let's see, I think this one is more of an adult, not by a huge amount. Well, I know it fits me, and it's not slouchy or anything, because I'm not a big slouchy fan. I love the colors of this yarn. So yeah, I do 2x2 rib. For this one's probably got about 2 inches on it, and then just knit until I think it's about long enough, big enough, and cinch it. And there's the top of the hat. So this hat is, I love this yarn. Here it is. This is a Hobby Lobby yarn. I love this yarn, so it's very soft. Look at those colors. The colorway is Fuzzy Slippers. It is 100% acrylic, 142 grams, 252 yards, and it is a number 4 worsted weight. And here's the yarn. And I did this on either, I may have used both, I don't know, 4.5 to 5 millimeter knitting needle. A lot of times I do 4.5 on the brim and then 5 for the body. But I'm thinking I just used 1 needle for the whole thing. Because this was just like, I just wanted to knit something fast and easy. Ooh, and I love to knit hats. So there we go. There's that hat. Alrighty, so some crochet. Let's see. So it's 1, 2, 3. Yes, some crochet. So I have shown this on a previous podcast, on a few podcasts, I think, and it is finished now. And it is a crocheted shawl in fall colors. That started it way back then. So here it is. And the last time I podcasted, I was here. And it's finished now. So you start at the bottom. You start at the small end. And you go all the way. So it's like an asymmetrical. And so that is it. It's hard to show. It is very hard to show. But that is it. So, like I was there last time I podcasted, and now it is finished. And this, I just carried the yarn up the side. It's okay. It's not too bad. I carried the yarn up the side, so there wasn't a ton of ends to weave in this section. So the pattern, and I will list all patterns and yarn and all that down below. I think I got this pattern on Ravelry, and I can't remember if it was a free or paid for pattern. But at any rate, it is called the Autumn Meadow Shawl by Ned and Mimi. So that is it. I think that's the only, yeah. So that is that shawl. And the yarn that I used is a Hobby Lobby yarn. And these, oops, let's see. Okay, the yarn that I used is Hobby Lobby yarn. And I have this much left, so I have a lot of this left. And let's see, it is called Yarn Bee Highlights. Here's the label. Yarn Bee Highlights. And this one, and see this bit of sparkle in it? This one is called Rust. This one is Gold. And then this one is Spa. And let's see, it is a number 3 lightweight yarn. It's 100 grams, 380 yards, 79% acrylic, and 20% polyamide with 1% metallic. And the yarn is made in Turkey. And I used a 5 millimeter crochet hook for that. So that is that. Okay. So that is that. It's very soft. I love it. I love it. I love it a lot. All right, so this next one is just a small finished object. And technically, there's a works in progress for the matching one too. But anyway, I made a crochet hot pad. These work so well. These work really well. Better than anything you can get in the store. It's just, so it's double-sided. I don't even know. I can't think of the name. Sheepishly Sharing. The pattern that I use is so long. It's so easy. There's a lot of free patterns for this. You just basically knit, like I crocheted like 50. I think it was 50. I chained 50, and then you just take that chain and crochet, and then crochet underneath it, and then just keep going round and round and round, fold it, and there you go. So the yarn that I used for this is a Knit Picks yarn. It is the Dishy Multi Worsted Weight, and the colorway is Pebble. It is 100% cotton, a number 4, yeah, because I said worsted weight, 190 yards, 100 grams, and this is made in India. So I have this one, and then I have just about finished this one. So see, I mean, I'm sure you all know this. See how you do it? And this is what I have left so far. So I'm almost done with it. In fact, I think I will just finish that row and cinch it up, and yeah, it'll be done. So that's like nearly done. And I used a, let's see, a 5mm crochet hook for this as well. So that is that. And that is all my finished objects. Yep, that's all of them. So I'm going to pause this and clear this off and get all my whips to show you. So I will be right back. Okay, now to show you my works in progress. So the first one I'm going to show you is living in this bag. This is a Hannah Lou Designs bag. You can find her bags on the Bumblebee Acres website, and I will list that below. And this is a hat that is almost finished. I don't know why I just don't finish it. So the hat, this is a knit hat, and I am knitting the Sprucey hat by Chit Chat Knits. And here's the hat on the pattern. I'm pretty sure it's a paid for pattern on Ravelry. But do you see that? Oh, let's get it the right way. See the design on it? So I'm knitting that. And here it is so far. I believe I'm on the decreases, but I don't know. I don't know why. I have not just finished it. So here it is. Can you see the design? There we go. So there is the hat. And this pattern calls for DK weight, and that's what this yarn is. This is from Toad Hollow and Mountain Day, and this is what I have left. This yarn gave me so much trouble winding it up. I ended up having to do it by hand, put it in a ball by hand. So this is Toad DK, 100 grams, 100% superwash merino, 231 yards. And I saw this, I went to SAF in October. That actually was my last podcast. I showed this yarn. I got this yarn at the that fiber festival, and this was the sample they had knit up with this yarn. They had this hat knit up showcasing this yarn. I loved it. So I actually got this yarn specifically to knit this hat, and look, I actually did. I don't mind all of the pooling or whatever. I think it looks cool. So the needles that I'm using, okay, these are my high interchangeables, 4mm. I'm a 16-inch cord. I was wondering where the package was that I usually keep the needles in, but there isn't one, and this yarn is so nice. And I don't know why I just don't finish it. I mean, I will. I don't know why I haven't, but I haven't. So there's that. That's my first works in progress. It's nice. Alrighty, so get that back in the bag. I feel like I'm heavy on the knitting lately. Oh well. So the next one I'll show you is another pair of socks I have going. Same thing, just a vanilla sock. Same everything like I told you before on my other socks. Sometimes the leg or the ankle varies a bit, but I generally like short socks. I don't want them too long. So here are my next pair. Look at the colors and this yarn. Look at that. I don't know if you can tell. I seem to like self-striping yarn. Look at the colors in that. So these are a 2.25, and these are my Addy Rockets, which Hi-Hias are probably my overall favorite needles, but for sock knitting, I am really loving the Hi-Hiya. I'm sorry, the Addy Rockets 2.25, and this is a 32-inch cord. Look at that yarn. Oh, it's beautiful. So I've already got my placement for my heel. And there it is. I really love the colors. So here's the yarn that I'm using. Oh, and it's living in my Tea Doddles bag. The yarn that I'm using is, I've had this in my stash for a long time, so I feel good about using this. Because see, look, this was only $26, so you know that that was a while ago, because self-striping yarn is more than that now. So anyway, and it totally worth it, because it takes a lot to do this. So it's a String Theory is the name of the yarn company, and this is Inertia. So the name of this yarn is Fourier Transform. It is 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. It is obviously it's a fingering weight. It is 400 yards and 100 grams. So that is that whip with these colors. And I don't know, I think I'm going to use gray for the heel. I don't think I'll put in a toe or a contrasting color for the toe. I think I'll just do it for the heel. And I think I'm going to do gray and some Knit Pick Stroll probably. So that is that works in progress. Alrighty. Let's see. Oh, I think you may have seen this one. Yes. This is Crochet. And this is my, what is the name of it? Oh dear. It is the Portobello Road Shawl. And I got this pattern on Ravelry. Did I? I think it was a free pattern on her blog. I'm not sure. It will be down below. So there is that. So I'm still plugging along at it, but it is grown. Okay. Where did I start? Okay, I started here. So I started here. And then where that butterfly is where I stopped the last time I podcasted. And I've done everything since then. And there it is. It is quite long now. Yep. I love the colors a lot. But there it is. So I've done all of that. And I'll come a bit closer to show you all the stitches. It's very easy, but it's very effective. I love it. So the yarn that I'm using is a Shepshe's Whirl. Look at it. And it's starting to get irritating because... So I always try to pull from the outside, because when you pull from the inside, this starts to happen. It starts to collapse and it gets tangled. Drives me nuts. So anyway, so this is a fingering weight yarn. This is what the pattern calls for. One of these Shepshe's Whirls. It is, the colorway is Blackberry Mint Chip. It is 225 grams for 1,000 meters, 60% cotton, 40% acrylic. And I'm using a 3.5 millimeter crochet hook. And this is living in this bag. This is my Twist Fiber Studios bag. It's living in that bag. So that is that. Oh, I'm pulling out stitches. Yay. Why don't I have that? Oh, well, I don't. So that is that. That is that. Pretty, pretty. Very pretty. So someday I will get that done. I think I'm getting there, though. I could look and tell you, but I think I have, like, after I finish this repeat, I will have one more repeat to do, and then the edging on both ends. I think so. So I'm getting there. So there's that one. Let's see. Okay, well, I'll show you this one. So this is an amigurumi that I was doing for Halloween. I'm still plugging away at it. I want to get it done. I want to work on more amigurumis, but I don't want to work on any until I get this finished. So it's getting there. So I'm making, out of this book, Crochet Cute Critters. I'm making a cat. And here is the cat. These are very easy amigurumis. So here's the cat, but I'm doing it in Halloween colors, or what I think are Halloween colors. So here is, it's a little squished because he's been in a bag. Here is the head and the body. Look at that purple. Here's the head and the body. Done. So there is that. And then let's see, I have some of, so I have the feet done. Oh, I'm just dropping everything. So I have the feet done. See, I've done it in orange, the paws I've done in orange. And I'm going to do that to the arms. So see, this is one of the arms. And that's all I've got done. Are just these. Look at that purple. So this is what I've got done. And so I'm very close. I still have the ears. I have to finish the arms. I have the ears and a tail. And I think that's it. And sewing them on. And I'll be done. So, oh no. Yay, look at this. So I have an arm finished. Yay. So I just have to finish this arm, do the ears, and the tail. So these are the yarns that I'm using. Oh, it's living in my Cedar Hill Farm Company bag, my Darth Vader. And it actually glows in the dark. It's super cool. But because it's black, it gets all kinds of cat hair on it, yarn fibers, everything. But it glows in the dark, so it's really cool. All right, so this is the yarn that I'm using. This yarn my husband got me in England. I don't know at what store, but it is called Olympus Double Knitting. And it's 100% acrylic. 100 grams. It's a DK. Yep, Olympus double knitting. I don't know the colorways, and I only have one of the ball bands. But anyway, that's the yarn label. And I am using a, let's see, a 4mm crochet hook for this. That's what I'm using for this. So there is that. And I will get it done because I want to work on more amigurumis, but I don't, you know, I don't want to start one until I finish this. I'm so close. I love that purple. So there's that. Oh, we're getting there. Let's see, what is this one? Oh, my sweater. Oh my goodness. So yes, my sweater. My daughter's sweater. I will get it done. I'm on the sleeves. So the body and everything is done. Let me make sure. Yeah. I'm doing a magic loop for the sleeves. So it's just short sleeves I'm doing for this. I had one of the sleeves done and I didn't like it. So this took a time out and I took the sleeve out and I'm restarting it. So since last time I showed you, I was not finished with the body. Now I am finished with the body of the sweater. Let me see. This is the way it goes. And it's very wrinkly. So there it is. So this is where I was. So I got all of that done. And this is it. And there's the detail. Pattern is a Yum by Isabel Kramer. And I'm doing the short sleeve. So I should totally have this done. It's not going to take long. This literally took no time at all, but I just didn't like the way it came out. So that is that. And it's almost done. And this is living in my Cottontail Farms bag. And the yarn, I can't remember the name. I found out the name of the yarn. I have their card, but I don't know where I put it. But anyway, so this is a, it's 100% alpaca. I can't remember anything else about it. It is a sport weight. It's alpaca. If I find out, the color is oatmeal. And if I find out any more about it, I will put it down below. But that's the yarn that I'm using. So this is living in this bag. I got this last October at SAF. And this has a knit shawl in it. It is I got this off of Knit Picks. They do 12 weeks of gifting, and they have free patterns. And this is one of the free patterns I got. It is the Sedona Sunset Wrap. Calls for Chroma Twist yarn. I have some, but not enough. So I used a different yarn from my stash. Yay! This is what I have so far. It's curling up. This is it. And it's, I'm following a chart. This is it. And I love this yarn. The yarn I am using is, I'm pretty sure it's ice yarn. Yes. Here it is. This ice yarn. They don't do colorways on this or anything, but it's ice yarn. It is a number 4, 100 grams, 200 meters, 30% wool, and 70% acrylic. There's no colorway, but the kind of yarn it is Rosetto worsted. Look at that. And I am using a 5mm knitting needle. So there is that project. Right, so the next one is another knitted shawl, and this is in a Cottontail Farms bag. And I am doing the Cable Trellis Shawl by Stephen West. This is part of the hybrid knit-along that started on December 26th. So I'm not using the yarn that this calls for. I did more yarn out of my stash, yay me. So let me show you what I have done so far. So this is where I am. This is where I am. This is it so far. Yeah, I like that. Kind of wish this part right here, I don't mind those colors, but I kind of wish, although it doesn't look bad on camera, but I kind of wish that this had started more with the peachy purplies right here instead of that yellow, but that's okay. I'm not taking it out. So there's that. So the yarn that I'm using for this, this is the yarn that I'm using. So the blue yarn, the main color that has the cables, is, I hope I can say, I always get the name of this shop wrong. Apothecary Fabrications. That is the yarn. Here it is. And this is 100% fine merino wool, 115 grams, 250 yards. It is a DK, and the colorway, I don't think there's colorways on here. No, not on the label. I think on the website she does have the colorway. If she even does this color yarn anymore. I bought this a long time ago. So that's the yarn. Apothecary Fabrications. That is the main color. And then the contrasting color, and it changes colors all on its own, is, let's see, Lang Yarns Frida. And it is Merino Extra Fine Superwash. It is, let's see, 100% virgin wool, extra fine, merino extra fine virgin wool. It is a DK as well, 100 grams, 220 meters. So there is that. And I'm doing this on, these are my Addies. These are another set of Addies, Addie Rockets. And the size is 4.5. So there's that. And here is the back of it, which is interesting. So I'm really enjoying this. I'm really enjoying this. And I don't know when it lasts. I haven't really, I'm just doing it. I don't know if there's something on Ravelry where you can join to show your pictures, or I just thought, well, I want to do this. It's easy. It's really not hard. It really, really is not hard at all. And Stephen West he's wonderful. He has videos to help you through some of the tougher stitches, and he's just wonderful. I mean, it just, makes it, you think, oh, that going to seem hard, and then he just shows you how it's not really hard. So there is that. And one more, guys. One more. Now, I don't know. I think I've lost my mind on this one. Set myself up for failure. So this is also in a Tea Doddles bag. So I bought over the Hobby Lobby clearance. Was it in August? Something like that. I bought a bunch of this yarn. Yarn Bee Dazzling in all different colors. And if you look at this yarn, it is all different. Like if you look in there, see there's white in there. And all the skeins are different. You know, they're wound differently. They just, you know, and I thought, well, I have a ton of it in different colors. Like here's another. I have this color. And if you look in the middle of this, it's got just even, it's just all, you know, you don't know, they're all different colors. And I thought, well, what am I going to do with this? What am I going to do with it? So I decided to make granny squares. Now, I've made granny squares. I've never made a granny square blanket. I've made one big granny square blanket, but I've never made granny squares and sewn them together to make a blanket. I've just not really done many granny squares because I don't really want to sew anything together. I've done granny stitch in a few things, or shell stitch, but I decided that's what I'm going to do. So I've started with this yarn. This is Yarn Bee Dazzling. The colorway is Pool. It is, let's see, it is a number 4 medium weight yarn. 100 grams, 249 yards, 98% acrylic, and 2% metallic polyester. And I'm using a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. And so this is this is my second ball of yarn I'm working on. And I will show you the granny squares that I've made. I made a bunch. And I guess my goal is going to be to sew them together. So this is all from one skein of yarn. I did start the second skein, but I think I've only gotten, excuse me, one square of that so far. So there's this one. And there's this one. Oop. And this one. I dropped 2 of them. There's another one. Another. 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 And is this one? No. And this one. And I guess in the end, I'm going to sew them together and make blankets. Because see how different they all are? I don't, you know, the skeins are so different, wound up differently. And I have this color, I have a ton of colors, and I'm not really sure how I'm going to do it, how I'm going to color coordinate, or if I'm just going to, I don't really know. I have a tentative plan where I was going to do a blue blanket, or maybe a blue and this color blanket, and all of that. I'm not really sure. And I don't even like making blankets. I've never sewn together granny squares. I don't know. I may not even like doing that, but we'll see. But I love how these came out. And, you know, it's easy. It's just when you just want to, you know, just do nothing, you know, kind of just mindless and just relax. I just have enjoyed doing it. I had to look up how to do a granny square. Seriously, I've never really even done granny squares. Not very much. Who did I use? I think I used the Secret Yarnery. Yeah. I can't think of her name. That's the tutorial I used. Okay, so that is all my works in progress and finished objects. I am tired. I was kind of struggling at the end there. I'm tired. So thank you all so much. I hope you all watched all of this. I hope you did, and I hope you enjoyed it, and that you'll come back. And I hope to be more consistent. That's what one of my goals is, to be more consistent with my YouTube channel. And yeah, and I have to finish some of these whips. Some of these would be just like the amigurumi, and the hat will be really, I bet you I could finish them both in one night. So I need to do that because, wow, 8. And never mind, I have another blanket that I've worked on, my granddaughter's blanket. I have worked on that a bit, but it doesn't look any different. And then I have a Hogwarts Harry Potter scarf color work that I've worked on a bit, and it I need to practice on the color work. I gotta take one section out. I can't. I don't like it. So I was like, I'm not showing that. Okay, guys, so that is it. I hope you all have a great excuse me, rest of the week, and I will see you soon. Bye now.